Over the past 4 months, I have been on a trek of sorts myself. I guarantee you that this hand has grazed nary a breast, nor has it touched my own. This is a weird way to start a video. I realized with the new Star Trek movie coming out that I just have not seen that much Star Trek in my life. I mean, growing up I saw maybe a handful of original series episodes, a sprinkling of Next Generation episodes, but never any of the movies. So I needed to rectify that. So what I did is I sat down and I watched all of the original series, all of the original 6 films, all of Next Generation, all of the Next Generation films, the reboot. I've wasted a lot of time. Although that might not be entirely fair. Gene Roddenberry's vision of an idyllic future was something that attracted me right from the very start. Though the original series suffers a lot from really dated-looking special effects and set design, the core messages within those episodes are relevant and resonate even today. Racial and gender equality are huge themes within the original series, as are loyalty, morality in the face of really tough choices, friendship, scientific pursuits, and the wonder of discovery. Best of the Star Trek universe is able to rise above the sci-fi mumbo-jumbo and show us a part of ourselves that we might be afraid to even admit is there. I can't remember who said it now, but when you create something that is very specific, it ends up being more broadly appealing. It sounds like a paradox, but it usually is true. Star Trek is also able to make you feel really small. I imagine, and this has absolutely no basis in reality whatsoever, but I imagine Christopher Columbus standing on a beach somewhere and gazing across the Atlantic Ocean and dreaming that, one day I'm going to set foot on that shore across this ocean. We, right now, are standing on the shores of the vast unknown. Look up at the moon and you think to yourselves, this is the only other satellite around this sun that we as man have stood on. What wonders await us out there in space? What discoveries are there yet to be made? What friends do we get to make? And what wars are we going to have to fight? Star Trek was in a really bad place a few years ago. The last Star Trek film was the lowest grossing of the series' history. The TV show Enterprise had been cancelled due to low ratings. Meanwhile, the Star Wars prequels were just raking in the cash. That's right, people were more willing to go and watch Jar Jar Binks on screen than Sir Patrick Stewart. Why the fuck? Maybe it was that people had just moved on from Roddenberry's vision. What Abrams and his team were able to do so brilliantly, though, was to reimagine the universe. They made it very clear that what had happened before had actually happened, but this was an alternate timeline where anything could really happen. They were able to open themselves up to create new stories, new scenarios, new everything. The actors were able to retain the characteristics of the characters. Yep. Characteristics of the characters. I'm a professional critic. Yet they were still able to put their own spin on them. It was also really fun. I look forward to seeing the sequel here tonight. The reboot is responsible for me going back and seeing what came before it. And I'm really glad I did. The series seems to be in really good hands. The creators and the people who work on the series and myself can look up at the skies at night and look at the stars and dream about boldly going where no one has gone before. It's a bit cheesy, isn't it? I also like explosions. Oh, and if you have seen the new Star Trek film, let me know what you thought about it.